There's a saying, be careful what you wish for. A few videos back, I made something for my daughter. It was a spatula out of a cast iron pan. And I went on about how I love it when people ask me to do stuff because it gives me something to do and I can make a video. And well, there's a saying, just be careful what you wish for. Got a text from my son-in-law, and all I can say is, let's figure this out. So my son-in-law asked me to make something. I've never done it before. And it's not just something, you know, he wants to use like a spatula. He wants me to make him something that he can use and then pass it on to his son, my grandson. So it's kind of important. I simply tell him I'm not set up for it. I don't know how to do it. His response, I said, how about I make you a pen? I could make you a nice pen out of a piece of wood that means something to you and pass it on. His response, because he doesn't want a pen, I quote, "Get out of your comfort zone." That sounds like a direct challenge to me. So he wants me to make him a knife. I don't know how to make a knife. I don't have the tools to make a knife. I don't have a design on how to make a knife. I don't have the materials to make a knife. So let's get to work. I've been thinking about this for a while. I'm gonna make a practice knife. So much of a practice knife, I honestly considered making it out of wood. There's so much I just don't know about making knives. But whenever I do stuff like this, I like to establish some parameters. These parameters, the parameters for this knife will be, I'm not buying any new tools for this one. When I go do the real one that I'm actually going to give him, different story. But I need to learn. I'm not buying any tools. I'm not buying any material. Stuff I just have laying around here. I'm gonna put together something that looks like a knife. And I'm gonna learn along the way. That's the whole thing, is I'm gonna learn along the way. I spent the last few hours at YouTube University and trying to figure out how to make a knife. Okay. And then I also just did some Google stuff. All I have here is mild steel. You can't make a knife out of mild steel. Okay, that's what everybody says. So I'm gonna make a knife out of mild steel. It won't hold an edge, but it'll teach me what the tools that I need and the steps that I need to go through. I'm not going to heat treat it. I'm not going to anneal it, whatever that means. I'm not going to try to forge something. So this is strictly coming out of flat stock. Now, when I go to knife number 2, that'll be my first practice. And when I do that, I'll order some 1085 or 1094, whatever that is, and some scales. I don't know what the hell that is. That's the wood thing or whatever you put on the sides of the handle. I'll probably just go to Home Depot and get some hickory trim or something and just make it out of that. But with that said, the design. So this is the first step, is the design. So what did I come up with? This is what I came up with for the metal piece. okay? It's an amalgamation of like 3 different knives. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Couldn't find one that I liked, the whole thing. So here's whatever it's called. I don't know what this is called. This is the metal piece. And then for the wood, I have some hickory left over from another project. And it's the wrong thickness, so I'll whip out the table saw and try not to cut my fingers off. And then I'll glue it together with some 2-part epoxy I have over there, and I got a Dremel over there to clean it and polish it, and I got a grinding wheel over there, and then I got a sander over here. Most of this stuff is for woodworking. Oh, I have my bandsaw, and I actually have a metal blade, so I got to put the metal blade on it. With all that being said, you don't want to hear me talk, you want to see me make a knife. So let's get to work. there you go. There's my first knife. Is it perfect? No, far from it. Did I make progress? Yes, I learned a ton. I learned I'm not a knife maker, but with a lot of practice, maybe I could become one. How long did it take me to do this? It took me 4 or 5 hours to do this. Could I do it faster now? Yeah. If I watch this video and listen to the notes at the end, could I do it faster? Oh yeah. The first thing I want to talk about is the bandsaw. That bandsaw is a wood bandsaw. It runs at 1 speed. It runs too fast for cutting metal. What happens is the kerf of the teeth is not really that wide. Could I get one with a wider kerf? Yeah. Am I going to? I doubt it. And what happens is the blade heats up, and then it gets stuck in the kerf. So can't use that. The angle grinder saved my bacon on that, and I've got a lot of practice with that, so that worked out great. Size, it's too small. The knife is too small for my hand. It's 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch too small, so it's not really comfortable to use. Pins, I had some binding posts laying around, so that's what I use for pins. I'll have to source some material for that. The blade itself, of course, I have to get material for that. Grind width. I originally wanted a nice fat edge on this, and you saw when I did it, I had that big thing going up like this. That's what I really wanted. They look cool. I can't do it on a stone. Can I do it with my angle grinder? Possibly, but I just need more practice. Am I going to go out and buy the knife belt? No, I'm not going to buy one of those. I'll practice with my angle grinder. Finish. The wood, I want a rustic finish. The stuff I used, I hate it anyway. That's probably why it's still on the shelf and not been used. The blade itself, I'm going to powder coat for the final one. The reason is I like how over time that it'll wear down, and sharpening it'll wear down, and you'll get that wear on it. And I like that look, that appearance, as opposed to a polished knife. Not a fan of polished knives. Let's see, what else do I have here? That's about it. I learned a lot. I made a lot of progress. Is the knife perfect? No, but that's not what I'm about. So there you go. There is my my first knife, my practice knife. I'm going to make 2 more. The next one will be made out of the real material that I'm going to use on the final one, so I become more comfortable with it. And then the final one, as long as it doesn't turn out to be a total disaster, that's what I'm going to give to my son-in-law. Anyway, thanks for watching.